Hi, in this video I'll show you how to apply the knockdown texture on your wall. We will not apply the texture to the whole wall, we apply it partially. We had the cabinet installed on this wall, and when it was removed, we do not have texture on the edges where the cabinet was secured. Since we have a large section, we will not do everything at the same time. We will use DIY products, and depends on what damage you're trying to fix at your house. Sometimes with a big area you have to divide it section by section. In that case you have more control of the drying compound when you're trying to recreate the knockdown texture. As I told you, there's multiple products on the market. Me personally, I prefer Homex wall texture. We also tried this dab, it didn't work at all. Even though it says knockdown texture, when you apply it, it shows it like close to orange peel, and it's, in my personal opinion, I just didn't like the way it was recreating the texture. With a Homex wall texture, we were able to recreate the texture close to the one that we have in this house. It's still not going to be perfect because when they apply the texture, they're using the commercial grade tools, and we don't have that in our possessions. So let's get started with our project. First thing you need to understand is how to set up our sprayer in order to recreate the texture we have. This seems like close to a heavy application. On our sprayer, by the way, all the tools and materials you see in this video will be listed in the description below this video. On our sprayer we have two gauges. This lever over here and this gauge over here is controlling our texture. So if you want heavy texture, in our case, I think we're gonna go all the way to the right. You can even see there is a mark over here, says texture heavy, and that lever, it just regulates the pressure. In our case, in order to recreate the heavy texture, we need to go on the lowest setting. And before we apply the texture on the wall, you should have like spare drywall or cardboard, anything. First couple sprayers, you have to sort of clean the nozzle. And you see, first thing, it just comes really not the way we expected it. The reason it happened, the sprayer wasn't doing its job because we did not shake it. So make sure you shake it for a minute or two before you apply it. And let's see how it performs now. See the difference? This is way better than it was, right? I'm choosing to do it every 3 to 4 feet. And also you'll have the sprayer around 12 to 16 inches away from the wall. Now we will have to wait. If you'll take a look at the texture right now, it seems wet, and you have to wait around 1 to 2 minutes. But basically there is no precise time, it depends on the surface you apply it to, and also you will start noticing that like it's drying when it's drying out. And this is where we start using our knockdown knife. We're still not at the point yet, but before we knock it down, make sure your knife is wet enough. And now let's see how it goes. Sometimes from the first time it will not go the way you would expect it to, then no worries, just reapply it on top of the texture you already applied. And just wait a little bit longer. Alright, this is our second attempt. When it dries a little bit more, now we can apply a little bit more pressure. And you can see how the knockdown is being recreated. Sometimes you can go different angles. And this is how you get close to the texture that you already have. So basically, rule of thumb, don't be scared, use proper tools and materials, and keep your knife wet. I hope this video helped you. Once again, all the tools and materials will be listed in the description below this video. Thanks for watching.